Hello and welcome to English Now Easy podcast, the place where English feels simple, calm, and possible for everyone.
And a big thank you to all of you who are coming back again today. Your daily practice really inspires us.
If this is your first time here, we're very happy to have you with us.
And if you've been learning with us for a while, welcome back. You're doing something powerful for your future.
Today's deep dive is all about building clear speaking step by step.
We will share 9 simple habits that can help you speak English more clearly and with more confidence every day.
And this is such a key topic because so many learners know the words, they have the vocabulary.
Right, but they feel unclear when they actually speak.
Exactly. And that feeling of nervousness kicks in, and it just makes old habits like speaking too fast even worse.
So we're really focusing on how to change those habits because clear speaking isn't a talent. It's a daily practice.
Okay, so let's unpack this. Our sources organize these 9 habits into 3 really distinct groups.
Yeah, that's right. The first is about delivery, so how you control the flow of your speech.
Then there are the physical habits, which is how you actually use your voice as an instrument.
And finally, the cognitive habits, which is all about how you organize your ideas before you even say them.
Let's start with that first group then, the delivery habits. This is really about the mechanics of how we sound.
It is. It's about controlling the flow and the structure. And it's what people notice first.
Okay, so where do we begin?
Well, let's start with what might be the most powerful and overlooked tool, the pause.
Habit number 3, pause between ideas. I was so struck by this one. The source called it the secret weapon of confident communicators.
It really is.
Yeah.
The idea is that our brains need what the text calls white space.
That's a great analogy.
Think about a huge wall of text. No
Yeah.
paragraphs, just words. It's overwhelming to look at, right?
Right. You don't even want to start reading it.
Exactly. But when you add paragraphs, that white space, it becomes digestible.
So a pause does the same thing for listening.
Precisely. If you just talk and talk with no breaks, all the ideas just blur together into, well, the source calls it mumbo jumbo.
And nothing sticks. The listener just gets tired.
But here's the interesting part. A lot of people, especially learners, feel that if they pause, they'll sound uncertain.
Oh, absolutely. I feel like I've forgotten the word or that I sound unprepared.
And that's the key. The difference is intention. An intentional pause shows that you are in control.
Ah, so it's not an accident. You're choosing to be silent for a moment.
Yes. The listener doesn't see it as hesitation. They see it as authority. It gives them a second to actually process what you just said.
So the goal is pure silence, not filling the gap with an or an
Exactly. You let the idea land. And the irony is, people who do this are seen as more confident and more trustworthy.
That simple tool can make a huge difference,
And it leads perfectly into our next habit, habit number 1.
which is slow down your speech.
Yes. When we get nervous, we tend to speed up. We think faster equals smarter.
I've definitely fallen into that trap. You think you're sharing more information, so you'll have a bigger impact.
But it's the opposite. Speed actually dilutes your impact.
I loved the analogy for this one. Speaking too fast is like highlighting an entire page in a book.
Right. If everything is highlighted,
Then nothing is highlighted. It all just blends together.
so a slower pace acts like a verbal highlighter. It tells the listener, hey, pay attention. This part is important.
So you don't have to speak slowly all the time.
No, of course not. You use it strategically. When you want a key point to really land, you slow right down.
Let's try an example. I could say really fast, I just want to remind you that your voice matters and you should speak up.
Okay. A bit rushed.
But if I slow it down, your voice, it matters.
The second one has so much more weight, more authority. You're controlling the timeline, not being rushed by it.
That makes a lot of sense. So we have pausing and we have slowing down. What's next for delivery?
Structure, which brings us to habit number 2, finish your sentence. Or, as the source puts it, use declarative statements.
This is all about avoiding rambling, isn't it?
It is, and the reason we ramble is simple. Our mouth is moving faster than our brain is thinking.
We're trying to figure out what to say while we're saying it.
And that creates all this, verbal clutter. Words like maybe and potentially and sort of.
It sounds so uncertain. The antidote to that is a declarative statement.
A short, concise sentence with a clear end, a full stop.
The example in the source was so powerful, the rambling version was just painful to read.
Let's try it. The vague version is something like, so I was thinking maybe we could potentially look at the other ideas. Because it could possibly affect our engagement.
It just trails off. It sounds like you have no conviction at all.
Exactly. Now, compare that to the declarative version.
Timing and consistency with our social media content will directly impact engagement.
Boom. Full stop.
Night and day. The second one sounds so much more coherent and confident.
Because it is. You've done the thinking before speaking. You're delivering a conclusion, not a messy thought process.
Which connects to our last delivery habit, number 5. Speak one idea at a time.
This one is so important. It's about finishing one complete thought before you jump to the next one.
If you don't, the listener has to mentally chase you around.
And most of the time, they won't. They'll just zone out. Your brain is multitasking and your speech sounds scattered.
The example of someone in a meeting jumping from topic to topic was perfect.
Yeah, like, we should run the campaign next week. Oh, and did you see the conversion rates? Oh, sorry, let's talk about the football game.
It's impossible to follow. Even if the ideas are good, the messy structure makes them feel worthless.
A master communicator does the opposite. They start a thought, they finish it, they pause.
There's that pause again.
And then they move on, for example.
Yeah.
Listen, team, we should launch the campaign next week. Pause. Now, everyone raised a good point about the landing page. Let's plan for that. Pause.
One clear idea at a time. It's so simple, but it requires discipline.
It really does. It's about respecting the listener's attention.
Okay, so those are our 4 delivery habits. Pausing, slowing down, finishing your sentences, and one idea at a time.
And now seems like a good moment to actually try one of these out.
I agree. This is a great time for our first live practice moment. So if you can, find a place where you can speak out loud.
And feel free to pause the audio.
We want you to try the very first exercise we mentioned. It combines slowing down with a clear, declarative statement.
The sentence is, your voice matters. First, just say it quickly at your normal pace.
Your voice matters.
Now, say it again, but this time, slow down and add a small pause right before the last word.
Like this. Your voice matters.
Feel the difference. That little bit of control adds so much impact.
And remember, clear speaking just grows with daily use. It's okay to make mistakes. It's always okay to stop and restart.
All right, let's move on to our second group of habits.
These are the vocal and physical habits. This is about using your voice as an instrument.
Yeah, because if your instrument isn't warmed up or protected, it doesn't matter how well your ideas are organized. The sound itself will be weak.
This brings us to habit number 7. Open your mouth more. Which is really about warming up your voice.
Yes, your voice is a muscle system. You wouldn't run a marathon without stretching, right?
Of course not.
And you shouldn't give a presentation without warming up your voice. If you go from cold to full exertion, you'll strain it.
And your voice will just sound tired and maybe even get sore.
The warm-up that the source recommends is really simple. It's called the lip trill.
That's the brr sound, right? Like a horse.
Exactly. You just do that for about a minute on one note. It feels a bit silly, but it gently warms up your vocal folds without any strain.
And what if you have trouble doing it?
Great question. The tip is to gently push your cheeks in with your index fingers. That little bit of support can help you get the vibration going.
So a lip trill, and then the source also mentioned nose breathing.
This is so crucial. This is about protecting your instrument when you're not speaking.
Yeah.
A lot of us are mouth breathers without even realizing it.
And that dries out your throat and your vocal cords.
Terribly.
Ah.
Nose breathing, on the other hand, naturally filters and humidifies the air. It keeps everything hydrated, which is exactly what your voice needs.
So a simple warm-up and better breathing, that's a great foundation.
And it sets us up for the last physical habit, number 9. Practice out loud every day and use more volume.
We're not talking about shouting, though.
No, not at all. It's about speaking with presence, with vitality, using a healthy volume that fills the space you're in.
The idea here is that your voice transfers energy.
It does. When your voice has volume, it sends a signal that says, I am alive, I care, and I believe in what I'm saying.
And there's a subconscious link there, isn't there? People connect vocal strength with personal strength.
That's right. If your voice is small or timid, people might assume your ideas are small too. It's not fair, but it often happens.
So volume isn't just about being heard, it's about being felt.
Precisely. And for any shy learners out there, this isn't about pressure. It's about small, daily practice. Try speaking just a little bit louder than you normally would today. Confidence grows from these tiny habits.
Okay, that covers the physical side. Now for our final group.
The cognitive habits. This is all about organizing your ideas to make complex things simple.
We'll start with habit 4. Use simple words. And the key here is explaining things differently with analogies.
This is a game changer. When someone doesn't understand you, the temptation is to just repeat the same thing, but slower or louder.
Which never works. It just makes everyone feel frustrated.
Instead, you need to explain it differently. And an analogy is the perfect tool for that. It's a shortcut to understanding.
Because it connects something new and complex to something the listener already knows.
Exactly. Let's take the example of compounding interest. The academic definition is, well, it's complicated.
It's all about accruing on the principal and previously accumulated interest. It's very abstract.
But the snowball analogy is perfect. Everyone understands a snowball rolling downhill.
It starts small.
It picks up more snow.
And the bigger it gets, the faster it grows.
Instantly, the concept clicks. You've connected the abstract idea of money to a physical, visual memory.
So the goal isn't to impress people with big words.
No. The goal is to connect, to be understood. Analogies make your message stick.
Okay, what's next in our cognitive toolkit?
Habit number 6, which is highlight important words. And this brings us back to what we learned about delivery.
We're talking about using those pauses and that slower pace again.
Yes. Instead of just repeating a word over and over, you can make it stand out by how you say it. You give the listener's brain that white space to process it.
It's about managing the listener's attention, really.
It is. You're signaling to them, this is the word I want you to remember.
Just like we did with your voice, matters. We highlighted the most important words without having to say them twice.
And that's a huge insight for learners. Clear speaking is often much more important than perfect grammar. If your core message gets through, you've succeeded.
All right, this brings us to our final habit, number 8.
And this one is maybe the most advanced. Listen before you speak and use communication frameworks.
This is all about having a structure in your mind before you start talking.
Because if you don't, you ramble, you over-explain, you lose your listener. A framework forces you to organize your thoughts first.
And the source provides a really simple and powerful one, the CCC framework.
Context, core, and connect. It's a recipe for clarity.
Okay, let's break that down. First is context.
This is where you set the scene. You give the why before you give the what. You make sure everyone is on the same page.
Then comes the core.
This is your single main idea. The one thing you need to communicate. It has to be simple and direct.
And finally, connect.
This is the so what. Why does this matter to your listener? You connect the core idea to them and their world.
Let's use that example about needing more time on a project. The rambling way is just chaos.
Right, it's a stream of excuses and worries. But the CCC approach is so clean.
So, context. Hey, boss. As you know, we're about to release the new course, and the timing is tight.
Perfect. The scene is set. Now, core.
We are going to need extra editors if you want to meet the deadline.
That's the single clear request. And finally, connect.
This will allow us to finish on time, protect the brand, and avoid burning out the team.
And there it is. You've shown the benefit to the boss and the company. It's clear, concise, and incredibly persuasive.
It's like going from rambling to resonating. That structure does all the heavy lifting.
It really does. It's a transformative tool.
Oh, okay, we've covered all 9 habits. This is the perfect time for one last practice.
I agree. It's our second live practice moment. So, once again, if you're able to, please pause the audio and find a space to speak.
This time, we want you to use that CCC structure for a topic that's important to you. Why you are learning English.
Take a moment to think. What's your context? What's your single core action? And what's the connection to your future?
Here's an example to get you started. Context. I want to get a better job, and many of the best roles require strong communication skills.
Good. Now the core idea.
So I need to practice speaking English every day.
Simple and clear. Now connect.
This practice will help me feel more confident in interviews and open up new career opportunities.
Perfect. You see how that structure gives your goals so much more power and clarity.
It really does. And remember, confidence comes from these small daily practices. You are doing something powerful for your future every time you practice.
Clear speaking does not come from pressure. It comes from small habits done every day.
And the best time to start a new habit is not tomorrow, it is today.
Subscribe to English Now Easy, podcast for simple daily English that builds real confidence.
And hit the bell icon so your English habit never gets forgotten.
One habit today.
One clear sentence today.
We'll see you in the next episode.